Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It is your girl TiTi Ladette. I am here today talking about a very tough topic, which is small business and customer service. I am joined. I'm sorry. I think my mic is muted. Oh, okay. I'm not muted. I guess someone else is muted. So, hey guys, I am joined by six other women who are from all parts of the United States. We are going to be talking about small business and customer service. We're going to be breaking it down. We definitely want you guys to join. Please share and like this conversation. Let us know where you're viewing this from. If you're viewing it from Facebook, if you are viewing it from our YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube if you have not, which is Girl Boss Talk. Magazine and radio talk show. It is on YouTube. And so definitely go over there and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And most definitely share this video. We absolutely want you to join in on this conversation because we're going to break down this topic. We definitely want to get to some solutions here. Okay. So I'm going to start by bringing on my guests. I'm going to introduce each one of my guests and we're going to just break this topic down. So guys, if you'll give me one moment, let me bring on my guests. First, I'm going to introduce Adrienne, author A. Michelle. She is the author of Stab to Life, and she is a podcast host on for I think her podcast channel is Big Girls Panties, Big Girl Panties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Adrienne, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about what you do while I unmute the rest of the guests.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. My name is Adrienne, better known as A. Michelle, author A. Michelle. I am an author, a podcaster, prior business owner, customer service representative supervisor. Touched a lot of different areas that pertain to customer service. I absolutely love what I do as far as helping in the community. So, and I'm just happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Then we have Miss Christy Angelie, and she is the owner of the Christy Angelie brand. I will let her introduce herself and say where she's from and just say, oh, and Adrienne, author A.
I'm
Michelle, is
sorry.
in California, by the way. And
Perfect.
so, Christy, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone where you're from and what you do?
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Christy Angelie. I am a Christian entrepreneur, blogger, philanthropist, podcaster, and a motivational speaker for the single moms. I empower single moms to pursue their purpose with my hashtag, What's Your I Can, realizing your I can in purpose, business, and family. I am based out of Austin, Texas. I'm originally from Oxford, Mississippi. Woo-hoo, potty toddy. And so I am so excited to be on this live on tonight.
All right, all right. And then next we have Miss Shamika C. Bowen. And did I say that right? Bowen? Okay, Miss Shamika, why don't you tell us who you are? Where I don't know a lot about you. I'm not as familiar with you as I am some of the other guests. So I'm going to leave it up to you to just let us know exactly who you are, where you're from, and what it is you do.
Hey everybody. So my name is Shamika and I'm from the Washington DC area, better known as the DMV. I'm a single mom to 7 children. I am an author and I do have a publishing and consulting business, but I am a Black maternal health advocate. So I advocate for Black moms for their birth rights. I help them advocate for their mom rights and embracing the motherhood journey as a whole. So not just single moms, but moms altogether. So whether you're married, you're widowed, you are single, just motherhood in its entirety. I help them to embrace the role of becoming a mom.
Awesome, awesome. And so then we have Miss Sharndale Carr, who was a recent feature in our Girl Boss Talk February edition magazine. That is my centerfold, guys. So Sharndale, why don't you tell us exactly who you are and what it is you do?
Hi, everyone, and thank you for having me. I am a wife and a mom of two boys. As a professional person in corporate America, I work as a business analyst slash project manager, but I was able to put processes and procedures in place to operate my cupcake company, Cupcake and a Smile. So I have a storefront in downtown Houston. So if anyone's in the area, come check us out. We also have a food truck. And so, yeah, that's it. That's all about me and the business and the smile. So I'm sure you'll hear more later. So I won't go too long, TiTi.
Well, I mean, hey, you're fine. You're fine. I do need everyone to just introduce. I want my guests to know exactly who you are, what you do. Not only are we going to talk about customer service and small businesses, we're all business owners. So this is an opportunity to tell everyone who you are and what you do. Plug your business. This is what we do. Don't feel like we're doing the most. I was born to do the most. That's what I tell people. So, okay. And then we have Miss Lakeisha Holmes Herrera with Coaching Your Greatness. So, Miss Lakeisha, you know, you got to, you're all over. So you got to tell us who you are, where you're located, and what it is you do.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure being here with you guys. Again, I'm Lakeisha Herrera. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. So love my home state, but I am located in Killeen, Texas. I am a serial entrepreneur, playwright, business and personal coach, and real estate investor. I help others see the value in themselves, and basically what my business says, I coach their greatness. So I specialize in business startups, and I also have my own play that I've written and directed called the I Am Woman Experience. That's my ministry for women who've been through abuse and trauma, and we help them heal through those traumatic experience through monologue plays.
Awesome. Awesome. And so last but not least, we have Miss Alandria Lloyd, who was also a recent feature in the February edition of Girl Boss Talk magazine. So Miss Alandria, I am so excited to have you on. Guys, this is the lady that makes me feel lazy. She makes me feel lazy because I thought I did a lot, but she actually does a whole lot. So Miss Alandria, why don't you come on and tell us who you are, what you do. Tell us about your brand and where you're based.
Hey ladies, happy Thursday. So my name is Alandria. I am originally from Louisiana. Hey Lakeisha. And but I reside now in Atlanta, Georgia. I have a publishing company. I am a best-selling award-winning author, book coach, and I'm also a business strategist. So I teach aspiring authors how to finish their books within 24 hours, nonfiction books within 24 hours, and become best-selling authors within 45 days. And I also teach published authors how to use their books to create multiple streams of income. And so that's just a little bit about me and what I'm working on. I'm just honored to share this platform with you ladies, and I'm excited about this conversation tonight.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, it sounds like we have some powerhouses that do a variety of different things. So I'm sure that this conversation is going to get real good. And so, as I mentioned, guys, I want to start off with a scenario. And so for you that are viewing in the audience, please feel free to chime in. I am going to do my best to moderate the comments. I'm going to ask that everyone try to help me with the comments or questions. So if you see someone asking a question, be sure to share it to your personal, your live streams as well, ladies. And we're going to try to get as many people involved in this conversation as possible. So I'm going to start off with the scenario, and then we're just going to get right into it, right? And so this is from an anonymous business owner. And so I'm going to keep this person anonymous, but I am going to read this is a post that she wrote recently. She says, so good morning. This morning, I woke up to a 1-star Google review for an order that a customer said that they placed this week and did not receive. I'm I'm tripping because since I left on Sunday, I've had 3 calls asking for a pickup time on orders that hadn't been placed or hadn't been paid. 2 orders had an invoice that weren't paid. The other, I didn't even have an invoice created. My oven, so this person is obviously a baker. She says, my oven doesn't turn on unless that invoice is paid in full, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm reading this. So she says, I'm trying to see what people are missing. I don't advertise often, but my books always stay full. Do not let the silence fool you. I'm not sitting and baking cakes as a hobby, hoping that you're going to pay. I create custom orders. I follow my invoices. Yes, I do work with people, but communicate that. So if I happen to not send you an invoice and I haven't reached out to you, because sometimes that does happen, then rest assured and know that you don't have an order ready for pickup. Inquiring about a cake is just that, an inquiry. Until you make a payment, we're just hypothetically speaking. You are not coming to my door saying, here's my money. You will not, if you're coming to my door saying, here's my money, you will not be disappointed. If that invoice isn't paid, there will be no cakes made. So basically at the end, she does say, when I tried to pull one even tried to pull the whole, this is why I don't support Black business card. But what I want everyone to understand is that if you place an order with Macy's online and for some reason their payment system isn't working, you can call them immediately because you know if you don't make that payment, they're not going to ship anything out. Keep that same energy with small businesses. I am a one-woman show. I don't live my life or pay my bills off of inquiries. A payment must be made. Otherwise, it was just an inquiry. Woo! So that was a real tough topic and a tough conversation. Did everyone hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into this. So the first thing that I want to ask you, based on this, what are your guys' thoughts on just the scenario that I brought on? And we're going to start with the people that I see, and I'm gonna just round robin. So we're going to start off with author A. Michelle. What are your thoughts on this scenario?
I think with small businesses, people tend to think that there's a whole lot of leniency. I think you need to be very clear with your expectations, your rules, your regulations. Make it very clear, whether it's on your website, what is expected, and how you operate. Because if it's not clear to them, they're going to think it's just like as people often do. I don't think they mean any harm, but they think because it's a small business, they can kind of, waver on what the rules are. I think you need to be very clear what those rules are and stick to your guns, in a very polite way. If maybe somebody has made an inquiry and you see that maybe it kind of looks like an order and it's not, maybe give them a call and say, hey, I'm not sure. Are you placing an order or not? If you're not, if you are placing an order, this is what you need to do. Because I think some people are just not clear sometimes on what is expected. Can you hear me okay? Because I can't hear when they comment.
Definitely. That was me. I had my mic muted because I wanted to make sure y'all don't hear me.
Okay.
So awesome. That is a very, very good response. And so basically you're just saying to make sure that the expectations are clear on the website or in your form of ordering. I think that's really great. And so Miss Christy Angeli, what about you? What do you feel about that?
You know what? She actually took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing. If it's not clearly stated, then the expectations of what they're looking for isn't there. And so they're going to come to you as if the way that they came to you, So making sure that you have it written out, making sure it's detailed, making sure it's posted. Like when I went into this restaurant the other day, and they had their rules and their mission statement, their vision, and posted so that, and I read everything. So when I'm reading these things, I know what to expect, how long something should be, and if a order has been missed, I've overlooked the order or whatever the case may be, presenting it to the person and letting them know, hey, like Miss Adriana said, I may have missed the order, or you didn't place, was it your intentions to place with me? Find out what was going on. They may have thought they did and they didn't. So kind of find out what's going on and rectify the situation.
Okay. Does anyone else have a different answer or anything to add to that?
I do. Can you all hear me?
Add to that.
Okay, say your name and who you are first so that I'll know and I don't get confused here.
Alandria.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Alandria. Yes, we can.
Okay, so I just wanted to give a different outlook on it, because what happens when you do have the processes and the procedures laid out, but people just still don't respect that. You know what I mean? Like, you can have it written out, you can spell it out, you can tell them what they can expect and everything, but people will still sometimes overlook that and then get mad with you and hold you accountable for what they did not read. So, and then also, even as it relates to like the lady, especially being like a one-woman show, I don't know how realistic it may be for her to follow up with people who haven't completed their orders, because again, she's a one-woman show. If she has like a big team, like a support team who can kind of back that up to kind of look at orders that may have, kind of like an abandoned cart type of thing, to see where someone may have started the process but didn't complete it. If she has the manpower to do that, yeah, but if it's just her and she's just solely focusing on paid invoices, then I got to rock with her on this one.
I heard that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So does anybody have an experience similar to that, or something that they want to share in regards to maybe a customer being angry with you when it wasn't your fault? Because I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I am the pink elephant lady. So I'm going to go ahead and say it and just get the elephant out the room right now. Is it just Black businesses, small Black businesses, or do y'all think that this is an issue across small businesses across the board? Who wants to go?
Can I comment? This is Shirley. I'll comment on the previous, this next question. And I think we have to just be mindful that errors do happen, right? Sometimes we may miss an email. Sometimes we may send out an invoice. Maybe there's glitches in the system. I've had situations happen where a customer has given me the incorrect email, right? And so I will invoice them, but it goes not to their email, but to someone else, just because they gave me the wrong email. And things like that happen. And so when things like that happen in my business, I do what I call damage control. Like, how can I fix this so that way I can restore the relationship with the customer and not lose one? So I make sure that I keep contact with them, like, hey, I'm sorry this happened. I know you gave me the wrong email address, but how can I still help you? How can I still make this happen? And I go to my customers are my partners. They're the ones that are giving me the referrals. They're the ones that are staying loyal after they have my product. So it's important for me to try to keep that customer relationship, even if they were in error, because errors too, right? It just happens. There's no perfect situation all the time. We do our best to do our best, but that's all that we can do. At some point, we have to say, you know what? Okay, you're right. How can I fix it? And then you just fix it from there and move forward.
I love that. That is right. And I'm going to say for me as well, I'm old school customer service. So I do come from the era that the customers are always right. And to some certain degree they are. There's a saying, and I think it kind of says something like, the most important part of a business is not the CEO, it's actually the customer, because they have the ability to fire everybody. You know what I mean? Including the CEO. So that is the power of the consumer, because without a customer base, I mean, hey, what are you selling and who are you selling to? So I want to hear from you, Miss Lakeisha Holmes Herrera. We haven't heard much from you. So give us some juice here on either question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Did everybody go out? Okay.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't, like, it just completely went blank. But I'm gonna try not to address everything, because so many things was running through my mind, because just dealing with different types of business that I've worked with, whether it's restaurants or dealing with retail. you get those sometimes difficult customers, and it doesn't matter what you do. It don't matter how many signs you have on the wall, how many times you relate a message. I just experienced this not too long ago when somebody was asking for coaching advice, and I said, okay, go to the website and these are the instructions. It's fully plain laid out. She continued to give me her issues and what she needed help with. And I'm like, hey, go to the website, because that's the platform that I have set up for these type of things, not my personal Facebook page. And so a lot of times, in my opinion, and I don't know if y'all saw it, but when you made the comment and you said, this is why we don't support Black business, that's what the comment of the person that gave her the 1 star. I kind of rolled my eyes, because it seemed like we literally hold us to this crazy standard. But other people, they can talk to us any kind of way. They can handle us in a kind of way. And guess what? Yeah. We're going to go right back over there and support them. But it's always that stigma of that. That's why I don't support Black business. It has nothing to do with me being Black, white, Chinese, or whatever. It has to do with just customer service, period. So attaching that Black, they're Black owned, and that's why it's a bad customer service, that really irks me. That irks me to my core. And like I said, just dealing with those type of experiences, you're gonna have that, and you're not gonna be able to please everybody. So I would say in that scenario, I would have reached out to that person that gave me the 1 star to see if I can fix the situation, and if I couldn't fix it, move on, because you're gonna have that. It was something that I heard. I think his name is pronounced Liberace, if I'm saying it correct. And he said, there's no such thing as good news or bad news. It's just news. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're going to get those good, awesome, great, bad, horrible reviews. But like the lady that just spoke, we're going to err. We're human. You know what I'm saying? But trying to fix the situation. And if the customer is just being difficult, they never was for you anyway. We just recently had a scenario. We have 2 restaurants that serve the same exact thing, and they're literally 2 blocks apart away from each other. One is Black owned, the other one is owned by Oriental. This lady, I'm talking about, because her order wasn't right, we tried to fix the order. She bashed us on Facebook, did a whole live, this whole ordeal or whatever. But then the other restaurant, somebody found roaches inside of their seafood. This roaches in the bag of seafood. And she literally said, I would rather support them than them. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Your intent is to try to harm this particular, this business. And sometimes we just our worst critic. We're our worst enemy. So that really, that was a pet peeve for me when you said that.
I definitely get it. So Miss Shamika, how do you feel? What do you have to say in regards to this entire scenario regarding the lady's 1 star review?
It's quite a bit to unpack. Just like the lineage of small Black owned businesses, the lineage of small Black owned women owned businesses, because they are separate. There's Black owned businesses, and then there's Black women owned businesses, and there are 2 separate targets on each back. I think women take a hit, especially from other women in the regard to business. And it's unfortunate because, for me, I pride myself on being my sister's keeper. You don't have to be my friend for me to honor you as a sister, and if you have a product I like, I'm going to support it. And if you have a product that I wasn't satisfied with, I think that comes with the honor of being a keeper. I can come to you as your keeper, and I can make you aware that I wasn't satisfied. And I think that this might be a population, unsatisfactory thing. It could go from me and it can spread to other people not being happy. So here's a suggestion, or here's what I specifically did not like about this product or this service. And as it pertains to Black owned businesses, I think that I support them because they are my people, so it's in my DNA that I'm going to support them. but I do have to give them honest advice. I will not stop supporting them unless they mistreat me or they mishandle me. But that's how I do business. Anyway, if I go to an establishment that's not Black owned and they mistreat me or they mishandle me, they're no longer going to receive my financial support or my public support. So I treat those evenly. But, you know, I definitely, you know, come out the woodworks for my sisters, especially. I'm biased toward Black women. I support them more. I have more heart in the game when it comes to spending my money. And I'm a lot more tedious with what it is that I think I can give them to make their business better.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good. You said so many valuable things. I really liked a lot of things that you said. And like you said, it is a lot to unpack. And again, as we were talking, and what came to my mind is how even in the when we talk about our small businesses, a lot of us are one woman shows. A lot of us are not set up like conglomerates or Charndale herself has a storefront with employees. A lot of us are not at that level, or we're just not there yet, or for whatever reason. So I commend, you, Charndale, and other people that have those types of businesses that have to, but I think it's when it comes to us smaller one, because we're human. And I know, like, the last few days, I've had a few rough days where it's been like, first of all, just because I'm online doesn't mean I'm available. We have that real bad with our small Black businesses, or small businesses, period, or business owners, period. You see the light on and you think automatically that just means, whether it's 9 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, that means let's talk about business. And that's not, and so I think it kind of goes both ways. Now, the only other thing that I wanted to mention was Wish. I have to bring up Wish, right? And I bring up Wish because I myself have ordered so many things from Wish and other like boutiques that you see online, and you see they look like this on the model. We have too many pages for everybody to act like they don't know what I'm talking about. But when you get the actual thing, it's this little. Now, we may make a joke about it and sometimes there are those of us who will never spend again with those companies, but there are a lot of people that go right back with those companies, because Wish is too big for it not to be that way. Because if everybody could stop using Wish based upon getting false or something that was falsely advertised or ill-fitting, Wish would be out of business. So that means that they have repetitive business. They have repeat customers that keep coming back. So let's talk about, when it comes to conglomerations and smaller businesses, should the expectation be the same? We're talking about as far as shipping. We're talking about as far as refunds. We're talking about, should the expectation be the same? As if Wish messes up my order, as opposed to author A. Michelle, my book did not come in the mail, Wish will replace my stuff immediately. I want to know how this is going to work. So let's unpack that. Is the expectation the same? Let's start with Christy.
Okay. The expectations. Hold on. Sorry. I was on mute. Sorry. Alondria is backstage. She said, could you please let her back in? The expectation when it comes down to order and packaging, it depends on your resources and what you have available, I believe. Your limitations, knowing what you can, I feel like you should give the customer the best that you can give in packaging, and making sure everything is expedited on time. If you say 3 to 5 business days, if something comes up and they contact you, you check into it and make sure that, hey, well, on my end, this is what has happened. Let me make sure everything is good on your end. So the expectation, if I am purchasing something from another whatever store or a company, and then I know that I selected a certain time frame for my packages to come in, then I'm expecting it. I don't expect for it to come in and the things are all damaged and all those things. So making sure that it's properly packaged, so when I get it, I can have that, hey, first experience. I've experienced that where I've lost hundreds of dollars because I did not, for whatever reason, I didn't receive my package. And I reached out to the company, and I was letting them know everything that was going on, and they actually had some to return back to them, but the other $300, $400 worth of stuff didn't make it back. And so it was no longer in their control, because it has something to do with the actual, whatever carrier they were using. And so I had to respect that. I had to okay, well, I did request my money back, but they also let me know, well, because this and this, it was no longer in our hands. So making sure that you're handling, when packages get delayed or messed up, making sure you have something that say, hey, if this happens, then this is what we'll do, or we don't redo refunds. Once it's out of our hands, it's no longer in our control. But I do, there should be still that same standard. Just because I'm a small business doesn't mean I can't have that, depending on what I'm able to do. But do your best. And everything that I do, I feel like I should do my best, put my best foot forward. If I can only afford this amount, until I get better, do better. But right where you are, don't just throw up stuff. Don't put my food on the garbage can lid, is all I'm asking.
So is the expectation the same, Miss Alandria? What do you think?
I didn't hear the original question because my internet went out. So
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I gave it. Well, we'll skip you on this, and we'll come to you on the next one. I like Miss Shamika. Miss Shamika gave us some fire early. Miss Shamika, is the expectation the same when it comes to large corporations and small business? Should that expectation be the same?
I think the expectation should be the same. I think the reality is that it's not the same. We're way more compassionate to $1 million, $1 billion industry than we are to our neighbor. And that's a real problem. We are on social media, 5 and 6 hours a day or more. And we're watching people. We've watched in the last year, people build businesses during a pandemic. And then in the same breath have gone online to badmouth them and leave them bad reviews when we know that the business is not even a year old. Mm-hmm. So that says a lot about us as a people. But $1 billion industry, i.e. Macy's or Nordstrom, you know what I mean? One time I ordered a pair of Uggs and Nordstrom sent me 2 different colors. One of my Ugg boots was brown and one of them were black. And I was like, I know for a fact that this was the same color, like when I clicked on buy, So when I called up Nordstrom, did they have excellent customer service? Absolutely. Yes. I've had trouble with a small business owner. I called her up. Hey, I don't think I ordered this. Was the customer service impeccable? Absolutely. I got the same exact treatment. I held both of them to the same standard. They both apologized. They both corrected the order. They both did it in a timely manner. One was a small business. One was a multi-billion-dollar business. So we are holding ourselves to the regard that they don't have the right to have compassion. And I'm not sure that there's even like a real reason as to why we're doing that to, small businesses.
Wow, that's good. Miss Shondell, with you being a brick and mortar company, so you having an actual building and therefore, especially before the pandemic, having that real live customer interaction, not virtual like many of us, like I do. I do a lot of stuff virtually, so I'm not a real hands-on person unless I'm doing a stage play. But with you having that straight up, that interaction, what do you think? You almost, I don't want to say held to a different standard, but do you find that you're held to a higher standard than as opposed to an online type of business because you are brick and mortar?
I'm not sure if I'm held to a higher standard. I'm held to being able to deliver what I promised. So no matter what it is that I promise I'm going to deliver, if it's in my shop, if I'm making a delivery, if we're on the truck, it just needs to be an excellent delivery based on my brand. So I hold my own self to a higher standard, regardless of what is going on outside of Cupcake and a Smile. Yeah, I have my competitors, but but I'm focused on my brand and what I said that I'm going to promise to my customer, because they're who I want to please, right? I want them to continue to come back. So I give them the best service that my brand represents, no matter what.
Okay. Okay. So, right, I want to just take a moment to invite the audience and everyone who's viewing. First of all, share this podcast, share this live stream, invite others to join in on the conversation. I'm inviting you guys to join in on the conversation. And so I'm going to pose a question to the audience, and I definitely want your feedback. Is the customer always right? Audience, I want to know if the customer is always right. If you feel that the customer is always right, you let me know. If you feel no, let me know. And whether you're a business owner or whether you're just a consumer, you let us know that. And so I'm going to bring it around to author A. Michelle. But before I get to you, Adrian, I'm going to ask that we just kind of share some personal experiences or some motivation, any words of encouragement that you have for other women. Anything that you have as far as this topic, while we're waiting on the audience to chime in, if you could give us something regarding customer service and small business. Let's go.
I think building a business is a hard thing in the beginning, and it's really important that you try your best to satisfy your customer. And somebody said, putting your best foot forward. And I think that's important throughout owning a business. If you want to keep that business growing, is to put your best foot forward, providing tracking numbers, call back to see, have they received their item? Were they satisfied? Encourage comments and feedback so that, that they can share their experience, or just sharing it directly with you. Somebody said that they like it when that sisterhood is where you call that person and you let them know, hey, this is what happened. I didn't particularly care for this, and maybe they can correct that situation, because we're trying to help build. As women, we should try to help build our brands together. And if you get that feedback, whether it's negative or positive, to use that to grow, to help you grow. And that experience, going out of your way to ensure that your customer is satisfied and that they'll come back. I think that's so important.
So before I let you finish out, I want you to, again, introduce yourself, tell everyone who you are, where you're located, what you do, and how they can contact you for any type of services or products that you may have.
Me again? Oh.
Adrian. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Again, my name is Adrian, better known as author A. Michelle. I am an author. I'm a podcaster. Our podcast is BGP, stands for Big Girl Panties, and we're just a group of women that are having really tough, heavy topics about relationships, parenting, everything. So I love what I do. I've also been a facilitator for parenting classes for women who have had their children detained, and for domestic violence classes. I am a survivor of domestic violence. So I'm very active in the community. I love assisting women that have had some shortcomings or have fallen short and are trying to get their lives together, whether it's mothers or, because I was one of those people. So I love what I do. And just to any woman out there, if you're trying to start a business or whatever, make sure that your circle around you is that those people that can be very supportive of you and push you to your greatness. So.
Awesome. Thank you. And so next we'll have Miss Christy Angelique. Christy, I want you to give our audience a few words of encouragement, empowerment, any words of advice or any tips that you have that you'd like to share on customer service. But I want you to end by once again saying who you are, what you do, and how our viewers can contact you.
I just like be your authentic self. I really find that people enjoy any business, when they see the authenticness of a corporation, of a business, being true to your word, move in integrity, move in excellence, and don't limit yourself based off of where you are right now, just because you don't have it. Always have a vision, always have a plan, always reach for your goals. Don't stop yourself, and have boundaries, set boundaries. So therefore, when people come with any type of customer service complaints, and they're expecting you to perform outside of your limitations, you can stick within your boundaries, stick within that, and I promise you, they'll respect you for that, even though they may make a whole lot of chaos about it. But in the end, I feel like that you'll gain more respect out of that. And you can find me on social media, Facebook. I have a website, ChristyAngelie.com. I am an entrepreneur, a single mom of 2 teen boys who I love with all my heart. I am a single mom advocate. I'm a podcaster, a public relations specialist, motivational speaker. So you can contact me. I love to, encourage people. I'm a minister also. So I do encourage in God and making sure that everything I do is for the kingdom of God, and making sure that all that everything is just, I have that in the forefront. So you guys be true to who you are. What's your I can? Realize your I can in purpose, business, and family, and don't let nobody else tell you anything different.
I know that's right. Thank you, Christy. And so before I go any further, I want to acknowledge some of our guests that we have viewing. It looks like we have one of my friends, Jacqueline Sykes, that's on. We have Miss Goddess Dak that's on, and she tagged some people in the post. So thank you so much for that. And then we have a comment from Miss Sharice Harris. And what she said is, of course, as Shondell Carr said, customers are your partner. Follow-up is key as it makes that customer feel special. It shows that you are not just a business, but that you genuinely care about people, and what you're offering is a passion to make others happy or better. Thank you, Cherise. That was a great comment. I love that comment. And so next we'll have Miss Shondell, since you were just mentioned. We'll have you come on and give us some words of encouragement. Again, tell us who you are, where you're located when you finish up with your encouragement or your tips. We want to know who you are, what you do, and where you're located, and how the viewers can reach you.
Okay, I would like to give a tip and a lesson learned from myself. What I've learned in business is you have to have your processes and procedures in place. So that way, if you have to walk away from your business, or if you want, like myself, I started my business when my son went off to college. I had to go back to work in order to be able to fund his college and run the business in our household. But fortunately, I had processes and procedures in place so I could step away from my business and I have to be in the day-to-day operations. So, and another thing is you have to have the right people to follow those processes and procedures. And so that's just a tip that I have to give, that's very important. You want to make your business to where somebody can just pick up and take off and see your vision and run with it. That's also important when you're hiring people. You want to make sure that they understand what the vision and the purpose is behind your business. And you want for them to feel like they have some ownership and gain in the business as well. That's something that I've learned from, and it's been a very hard lesson for me, because I've had employees, so many, and I'm learning still, like, this is not the right person. I have to get the right person in place so that way I can operate and focus on growing my business versus being in the day-to-day operations. So I'm Shondell Carr. I am married to Curtis Carr. I have 2 boys. And I love being a mom. I love being a business owner, and I love my career as a business analyst. And you can do it. You can have a full-time job if you choose to, as well as a business. You can do both if you have those processes and procedures in place, as well as the right people. I have a website, cupcakeandsmile.com. My tag is Cupcake and a Smile on Facebook and Instagram, and on Twitter is Smile. And I am originally from Austin, Texas. I live in Rosenberg, and my bakery is downtown Houston in the tunnels.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Miss Shamika, you brought a lot of fire today, girl. Everybody did. I love what everybody had to say. But I think I think I'm just getting familiarized with you. I do appreciate you coming on tonight. And I would love for you to give us a few last words of wisdom or tips or an experience or whatever you'd like to share. And then again, let us know where you're located, what you do, and how our viewers can reach you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation to your platform. I've actually enjoyed myself and hearing from all of the ladies tonight. Y'all are all some stars. So basically, if I could give any words of wisdom, I would give two things. Don't be afraid to walk on water, and failure is a part of your success. I too am a Christian entrepreneur. I put God first, and when I didn't, I saw the I saw the results of that. When I put Him first, I saw the results of that. And so, don't be afraid of what failure looks like. Failure is a part of the process, but also don't be afraid to leap, because that leap could be the next big thing. Someone said your obedience to what God is calling you to do is tied to somebody's deliverance. And so that being said, I'm a mom coach. So I'm an author, and I have a publishing and consulting business. I've leveraged and I've done more coaching with the consulting part, but I really help moms repair their relationships with children. I come from a heavy background of toxic parenting. And so it's easy for me to say it now because I'm rehab, but there was a process that I had to go through. I went through those stages where my children got the ugly side of me, the very, very intoxicated side of me, the drug-induced hungover side of me, the cussing, yelling, screaming, and berating them because they were in the way, or I was irritated because I didn't know how to mother them properly. And so now that I've come out of that, that's what I do. I help moms to embrace the journey of recovery, because you can come back from that and you can have a full, healthy relationship with your children. I have 2 grown children who unfortunately caught most of that. But, glory to God, my children do not hate me. Relationships have been restored because the work was done, and I help other moms get through that process as well. So, that's what I pride myself on. That's my biggest project. I just wrote a book in the pre-launch. The pre-orders took place all of last month. And so now I'm having a virtual book launch on April the 25th. It's called The Labor of Love: Recovery from Toxic Parenting. And the book got some tea. There is a side of what I will be revealing about myself, because we in the community, especially of Black women, are hard on women when they have a hard time mothering their children. But if there was a safe haven, there would be more healthy parenting in our community. So that's my that's my purpose. That's what I have to gain. That's my kingdom business, for now anyway. And my Facebook is my name on my it's my name on the screen, Shamika C. Bowren. And my website is Girl Write Her, so GirlWriteher.com. And that's where you can find me. Thank you so much. Oh, and I'm based out of Washington, D.C.
I want to say thank you again, Shamika. And I think this is probably why I was feeling you so tough, because you have just given me some hope and some inspiration. I will be purchasing your book. I want to pre-order, sign copy, whatever I got to do. Let me know. Hit me up. I want that book. So thank you very much for sharing so transparently. And that just touched my heart. So thank you very much. And so, again, we have Miss Lakeisha Holmes Herrera. I love Miss Lakeisha. She's a playwright, so y'all know that she got a little special. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, Adrian is an author. We all have things in common. But so I want Lakeisha to go ahead and give us what she got, and then also let us know where you are, how they can get in contact with you, and what services you offer.
Okay. Well, what I would like to say, based on the main topic of customer service, is to provide that service that you want to receive. We expect great customer service when we go into businesses and purchase whatever, but we need to also, as business owner, provide that same level of care. And I did want to just address one of the questions that you had asked, about the level of expectation, yes, everyone, when you're in business, whether you're small or big, you should have that same level of expectation. You may not be able to provide the same accommodations as some of the larger business, but you can still provide excellent service. I just want to leave that tip for small business owners, that you can still, provide that excellent customer service, but you may not be able to accommodate at some of those larger companies. Also with that, just to piggyback, when you said walk on water, that's like my heart. And I tell people all the time, don't be afraid to walk on water. You have to take that leap of faith to pursue your dreams and your goal and complete your soul mission. And so my journey basically is to help small entrepreneurs take that leap of faith and to walk on water and to achieve those goals that they felt like they wasn't able to achieve. I call my clients the goal crushers. And that's what I try to encourage them to do, crush them goals, because we do need that support system, especially I heard someone say earlier about being a small Black business owner. It's very difficult because we have so many hats. We mom, we're wife, we're business owner. We have to take care of the household. We have to do so many things. We have to put on this face, and it's just so many hats that we have to carry, and it's difficult doing everything yourself in your business. So having that support is very, very important. With my play, again, I deal with women that have been through trauma, and I try to share real stories of women to show other women that they're not alone, but they can overcome those experiences. And our motto is to be transparent so others can be transformed. And that's the whole idea of the I Am Woman monologue play, being transparent to other women to know that they can also make it through as well. You can find me on Facebook, as my name is spelled on the screen, Lakeisha Holmes Herrera. You can also find me on Instagram at Coaching Your Greatness. And it was definitely a pleasure meeting everyone. And hopefully we'll be able to connect again at another time.
Awesome. Y'all listen, do y'all know I feel like Oprah right now? Like I feel like I got some balling women on here. Like I feel so empowered. I feel so blessed to have had all of you. We're gonna end off with I'm gonna end it off, but we do have our last guest, Miss Alandria Lloyd. Before I get to Alandria, I want to say again, thank you ladies so much for taking time out of your day to do this with me. I am praying many business blessings for you all. And so, Miss Alandria, I want you to tell us again who you are, what you do. Give us some, because Miss Alandria got some fire, y'all. And then, and I'm going to tell y'all something about Miss Alandria. Like, her posts are so powerful. And then when you speak like this. And I'm thinking, like, so I don't know which Alandria we're going to get, but I know she got some fire in her. So definitely would like to hear what her words of wisdom and empowerment. And then I'll end off the show. So go ahead, Miss Alandria.
Thank you, TiTi, so much for that. So two things I just want to encourage small business owners with, as you get your processes and procedures in place, just know that it's not going to be everyone's personal preference, right? Like everyone is not going to like your processes and procedures, especially if you're a person where you like, just email me only, don't send me inbox messages, but people still sometimes insist on inbox messages. And then when you remind them of how you like to do business, attitudes and things start going on, so just remember that, again, your processes may not be their preference, but that doesn't dictate how you should change the structure of your business, because you put it in place because you figured out what works best for you. So definitely want to share that. Also, the next thing I would say is get help early. I know sometimes we feel like we're just starting out and, I can't afford a big team and I can't afford to hire, anyone, but you can get virtual assistants, outsourced virtual assistants, especially sometimes from other countries that speak very good English, for $5 to $7 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So even if you just hired them for a specific task where it may take, just someone taking that extra load off of you, like it literally works wonders. And that helps you to work on your business instead of working in it. So just wanted to definitely, share that, and just want everybody to be encouraged, and just know, just pray and just trust and believe that God has you and your business covered. And even if those weapons form, just remember they won't prosper. So definitely just wanted to share that. And so again, my name is Alandria. I am an award-winning author, book coach, and publisher, as well as a business strategist. I teach aspiring authors how to finish their books within 24 hours and become best-selling authors within 45 days. And I also teach published authors how to use their books to create multiple streams of income, and how to build businesses around their books as well. So you can find me on Facebook under my name, Alandria Lloyd, as well as on Instagram, the same name. And I just look forward to connecting with you all more in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're on mute, TiTi. We can't hear you.
I was just really just praising over here. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, great. So I was just saying, Alandria, I just love the things that you brought to the table today. Everyone really brought different aspects of customer service. So I thank you all. I appreciate you. And I wanted to kind of give what I had. And what I have a few quick tips for business owners. And then I have a quick tip for consumers, and then I have a tip for everybody. Okay, and so my few quick tips for business owners, because no matter what I have to realize, and what we have to realize as business owners, that no, the customer technically is a customer always right. No, we know really that's not always right. However, the bigger responsibility does lie on us, because we are the ones receiving monetary gain for a service. So I do want to say that you are your business and your brand. You know what I mean? So regardless if you feel like you can separate your personal life from what you do, that's not, we're seeing that this is the year of exposure anyway. So we're seeing a lot of people being exposed just in their personal lives. And they're like, okay, well, I don't even want to buy your records no more now. You know what I mean? So we have to remember that we are our business and our brand. And then I want to say that the only difference between criticism and feedback is how you take it. So I always want to say that to business owners, because a lot of times we take it as criticism, or and it's really just how you take it. So the third thing that I wanted to say is to another thing I want to say, this is for a lot of business owners. If you're going to overcharge, be sure you over deliver. Okay. So a lot of times as small businesses, we try to make up the fact that we don't have these big corporate or conglomerations in our pricing. And sometimes, we don't have access to it in the industries and different things, but we do have to be fair in pricing. And if we are going to have to charge a little bit more because it costs us a little bit more to do the business, that we do need to make sure that we're not just giving them something that looks like this. You know what I mean? So my tip for consumers is to research. If you're doing business with a small business, then you should research that person. Know if they have a team. I know that some of us are the art of smoke and mirrors, like myself. I think I just realized last year I really didn't have a big team. Because I've been operating like I got a lot of people too, and I know that sometimes social media and different outlets make it look like, and really I think is what Charnel talked about. And I think what Ms. Shamika talked about was having those processes in place. I have some processes in place, but there are no people in those processes. And then I guess the final thing I want to say is, guys, let's just all just provide some grace to each other. Let's just be conscious that when we're doing business with people, whether they're a multi-million-dollar corporation or whether they're small businesses, that we are all just doing the best that we can in life. You know what I mean? We're all doing the best we can. Let's spend our money wisely. Let's hold people accountable to what they say they're going to do. Again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you to all my viewers. Please, please, please share this broadcast. I will be replaying this and sharing this. I'm going to post a link for everyone's website in the comments. This is on different platforms, so I don't know if I'll be able to catch different ones, but in the mainstream, I will definitely post everyone's link to their website. If you guys can help me out, if you want to go in and throw yours in there real quick, that would help me out a lot. But other than that, thank you guys for joining me. You have been in tune with Girl Boss Talk Radio Talk Show. This was Tough Topics. Thank you guys.
Nice meeting you guys. Bye-bye.
Same here. Thank
Night.
you.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Love you guys. Enjoyed you all. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Peace. Y'all have a great one.
Okay, guys. So if you guys were just listening, you were listening to Girl Boss Talk Radio Talk Show. This is a platform for women, guys, and it is a sister company to the magazine, which of course is Girl Boss Talk Magazine. So if you're interested in advertising on the platform, being a part of Girl Boss Talk, Tough Topics, or any one of my live stream shows, be sure to email me at girlbosstalkradio@gmail.com. If you're interested in the magazine and advertising in my magazine, you can hit me up at girlbosstalkmagazine@gmail.com, or just visit my website, which is ttladette.com. If you click on various links, you'll see some of the things that I do as well. And then I wanted to end out by giving a quick small business shout out. This is so impromptu. Hopefully I'll get a chance to connect with these women, but I want to give a shout out to T&A Beauty, guys. I don't know. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this, guys? I got a pen I don't have glue. Y'all know when I put glue in my eyes, that's why my eyes are always messed up, because I try to wear the glue. So this is not glue. It is a pen that I put the eyelashes on with, guys, and it did not bother my eyes at all. So I can't wait. These are old eyelashes, so I can't wait till I get my new eyelashes in, honey. So shout out to T&A Beauty, guys. If you do not have this, their website, I will post a link to their website as well, guys. Hopefully I'll get a chance to work with these ladies. They got some awesome products. I can't wait to try more of them. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you, guys, Dak.